Messages from Kanchenjunga. Introduction. This is the first set of messages given for advanced humanity directly from the ashram of Master Morye, for the sole purpose of anchoring on earth the chain of hierarchy as a ladder of ascent during these times. These messages are for those disciples and aspirants who have risen to the level of spiritual awareness at which they can align themselves with and attune themselves to our vision of the coming epoch. Message 2. The letter K in the K messages stands for Kanchenjunga, the sacred mountain in the Himalayas in the north of India, not far from the southern border of Tibet. It is here that we, members of the spiritual hierarchy, congregate a good deal of the time. It is from here that we disseminate these messages through a chain of hierarchy that reaches from Kohans and masters through to disciples and aspirants on the spiritual path leading into the fifth kingdom of planetary life. Never before has it been possible for the human and spiritual kingdoms to enter into such close proximity. Never has there been such widespread human recognition of the next kingdom in nature. Never before have conditions been as ripe for opening the doors of communication between the kingdoms. Never has the need for such communication been as great as it is now. As you are surely aware, this time is like no other in planetary history. Never before has the human race been severed from the apparent solidity of its roots on the plane of dense matter. Never before has the light of human consciousness burned more brightly. Never has there been such an outpouring of love from the human soul. And never has there been a moment in time when the hierarchy could breathe the breath of spirit into the nostrils of a race awakening to its spiritual inheritance. Message 3. This is a time for celebration within the spiritual hierarchy, as the fact of our existence is about to enter more deeply into the awareness of a swath of the human race. It is small, to be sure, but this segment of the race is nonetheless of exceedingly great significance, as it has been charged with a mission that will forever change the constellation of life on Earth. This is a time for preparing the fruits of many long epochs of human evolution, leading to the building of a stairway between human and spiritual kingdoms. As the light frequencies of our world begin to penetrate yours, three things will occur. The visible spectrum light will exceed all limits heretofore experienced by human beings and will in fact become limitless. Everything that lives will have the appearance of being part of a pulsating web of life. 2. The world of the new human beings will expand into the wider cosmos, and the nature of this cosmos, with its supernally ordered beauty and harmony, will filter into human awareness, bringing with it the blinding truth that all of creation is infused with spiritual love and purpose. 3. Humanity will be directly exposed to radiations flowing from the heart of the sun right through to the heart of the human being, electrically charging the souls of the builders of the new city with the joys of co-creation. Message 4. The day is coming when sons and daughters of humanity will become sons and daughters of God and members of the kingdom of God. The time is coming when the lands will shake and the rivers will run dry, and the gaze of awakening humanity will shift to the most significant event to occur since the inception of planetary life, the descent of the spiritual kingdom into the veils of human living to lift them up. With the influx of light, these veils will ascend to the plane of the ethers upon which the new world will emerge. This is not the stuff of myth or legend. It will occur sooner than you may think. If you reflect on the changes occurring in the physical earth, you will note that the circulatory systems that held the Earth's physical life in balance, continuously supplied with adequate sustenance, have been disrupted. A process has been set in motion to loosen human attachment to the world of dense matter. All signs point in this direction as it is part of the evolutionary plan. The magnetism of the new world attracts all the more potently as old attachments are let go. To perceive the tracings of the new, one has to become established in the inner world, which reveals itself in the light of the soul. As the plan works out, humanity is slowly awakening to foreshadowings of an age of indescribable beauty, harmony, and love. Message 5. There are many ways to assist the unfoldment of the plan. The first, already mentioned, is by letting go of attachments to a dying and illusory reality and shifting the preponderance of one's thoughts to the world that draws ever closer to the horizon. Another way is to strive to dissolve emotional hindrances to this shift in awareness, especially the fear of loss and the fear of death. All of the teaching and training given to humanity by the hierarchy during the past century and through the centuries and through all centuries has been intended as preparation for this momentous turning point in consciousness. The shift in identification from the ground of matter to the realm of spirit. We urge you to step forth rightly into the future by assuming your true identity as souls. This is what narrows the gap between humanity and the hierarchy and paves the way for the great approach.